Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, the site for tonight's matchup between your Roseburg Indians and the visiting North Eugene Highlanders. It's a non-league matchup tonight for the Roseburg boys, coming off of a win in their season opener, defeating Sprague 55-52 on Friday night last week. For the new North Eugene Highlanders, they're coming in at 2-1 on the season after a first-place finish in the Midwest League last year and a run all the way to the Consolation Championship game. The Highlanders looking to build off of that momentum and try to have a strong season here in 23-24. They are out of the 5A classification, making the trip down here. These two teams have met in the non-conference portion of the season a couple of times through the last few years, with Roseburg winning in Eugene last year. Now the Highlanders are down here in Roseburg looking to return the favor. We've got high school basketball coming up for you here on this Tuesday night on The Score, and thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for tonight's broadcast. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to be with you here for another broadcast of Roseburg High Sports on The Score. We do appreciate everybody that tunes in and joins us on the radio or possibly listening online, but you can also tune in and watch tonight's game streaming live for free. The varsity matchup just about to get underway after the JV game just wrapped up, with Roseburg winning 60-55 in that matchup. And we have got the video stream up and running now for the varsity game. That's going to be coming up here in just about 15 minutes from now, and we'll have it for you there. Thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe, sponsoring our video stream of Roseburg High Sports here this winter season. We'll go ahead and get a quick break in here. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys after the win in the season opener for Roseburg. We get a chance to find out a little bit more about this basketball team here this evening. We'll go ahead and take that 2-minute timeout. When we come back, it's time to check in with the coach. Roseburg and North Eugene squaring off. We've got it for you here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Thank you.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here with more of our pregame show here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg basketball back at home. The boys taking on North Eugene tonight. Joining us is head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, got a win in the opener for you guys. Always nice to start out the season with a win, but I know the first game always brings a lot of opportunity for growth, things to continue to work on. What'd you guys kind of take away when you watched the film, and what you guys been working on in practice?
Turnovers. Yeah, we turn the ball over like crazy, and if we have another game with that many turnovers, there's no way we're going to win it. I think it was a gift that we did, kind of an attribute to some of the other things we did well. We rebounded pretty well, which is something we're going to focus on quite a bit. We're going to have to tonight with the size that North Eugene has, but definitely turnovers. Obviously, a lot of jitters on that. Again, kind of like we talked about those free throw rules, we talked about being even more aggressive than we were last week. If you look at some of the stats, we were like 3 for 13 from the three-point line, and that's obviously not very efficient. And when we did attack and were aggressive, we got 3 of the main players in foul trouble, and 2 of them fouled out, and I think that was probably a big difference in the game.
You guys, I know in years past, last year, you guys really were willing to take three-point shots. I've been seeing on the social media this shooting license. Are you wanting guys to try and pull the trigger from outside if they've got an open look? I mean, obviously you don't want to be out there hucking bad shots, bad percentage, but is settling for three-pointers a thing that you're okay with?
So the shooting license deal is we have a test. It's a 50-shot test, and they have to get, for the varsity, they got to get 32 out of 50. It has a bunch of movement involved, so it's not just standing in one spot
shooting. So it's
shooting.
not just one spot, okay.
Yeah. So there's 5 spots, and they have to, they got to get a decent percentage to be able to shoot them in a game. And if they don't have their license, then they can't shoot 3 in a game. If they do, then I'm pulling them out. It's just because you're on the floor doesn't mean you're a three-point shooter, right? A lot of guys just think, hey, I'm open, I can shoot it. And, it takes time and effort to be proficient from out there. And we are definitely focusing on some stats this year with a kind of expanded coaching staff as we're focusing on contested shots. If guys are taking contested shots, we're keeping track of that a lot and saying, hey, that's not a good shot. So trying to clean up some of those ill-advised shots and actually stat it.
So it sounds like you guys are taking on a bit of an analytical role a little bit more this year than you have in the past. How is that coming into play and what you guys are doing building this team up this year?
Well, we're definitely still focusing on the hard work and all the stuff we had before. We just have a few more guys on staff this year. And Matt Scott's one that's going to take on some of that stat-taking stuff that's beyond just, turnovers, assists, points, rebounds, that stuff. And so we kind of stat some stuff in practice, and we stat some different things in the game, like how many times did you give up a paint touch to the guy you're guarding, right? Because anybody that knows basketball, if the offensive guy gets in the paint, then the defense has to collapse. So we're keeping track of that and just kind of keeping it on the forefront of the minds. How many times did you miss a block out? Stuff like that we can go back and say, hey, if we don't miss this block out, they don't get that board, right? And then it just creates better habits of, what are your instincts and how are we going to change them?
Tonight you guys take on a North Eugene team that is out to a 2-1 start, and you look up and down their roster, they've got some size, and they've got some familiar names from league play from last year with a couple of transfers there in the Eugene market. What have you seen about the team that you guys are facing tonight that might be some keys to the game as you guys look to take down the Highlanders?
They've had 3 games already, so they've, some back-to-back games, and so they're definitely a few games ahead of us, but I think we got our jitters out of our way and we're ready to go tonight. Obviously, they got some size, and that's going to be something we got to focus on. The transfers from Sheldon. We beat them last year. I don't know. That's still one of a favorite team clips. The highlight of you at North Eugene, when you said we're trying to kill them, and I think that's still a common one in our coach's text thread. But as far as tonight goes, it's just going to be cleaning up from Saturday night.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want to get the win, but it's more about getting better from game 1 to game 2. If we cut our turnovers in half, then I think we'll give ourselves a pretty good shot. I think we'll probably shoot the ball better than we did, and kind of keep being aggressive and focus on some of those other stats as far as keeping guys out of the paint. They got a point guard that's pretty solid that gets in the paint pretty easily, and if he does with the 6'6" and 6'5" post, then we're going to be in trouble. So.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there tonight. And that is head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here during the pregame show as we count down to tip-off between Roseburg and North Eugene. Getting ready for this one. Taking a look back here real quick in the last matchup. Roseburg winning 55-52 against the Sprague Olympians to start out the season on Friday. in that one. Roseburg trailed the entire first half by as many as 12 points, but RHS had a 9-0 run to start out the third quarter and took their first lead with 5:45 left to go in that third period on a 3-point bucket made by Owen Bentia. Roseburg then finished on a 7-0 run to steal the win down the stretch. In fact, I went back and looked at it, and somehow I kind of missed out on some of these details in my memory just with how exciting that game was. But Roseburg actually was down by about 5 points towards the end of that ball game and had to finish strong, but they were able to hold Sprague off the board, and that 7-0 run sealed the win for them. They had 3 players finish in double figures. Leading the way with 18 points was Micah Mendoza, and we want to take a second here in the broadcast to acknowledge that with his 18 points in that contest on Friday, he moves into the top 10 all-time scoring in school history. He passes Brad Seahaver from back in the 1978 to 81 seasons for number 10 all-time on the school scoring list. He will need 34 points to move into 9th place, passing Jared Gallup. And we talked about this in the season opener. He needs 450 points to pass Joe Newton for second scoring all-time. 767 points this season, and he would be the number 1 all-time scorer in school history. Now, Micah started as a freshman, or got time on the varsity squad as a freshman, so he's had a lot of games. He's now played 66 games at the varsity level for Roseburg High School. So he does have the benefit of playing a lot of games for Roseburg High to build up that number, but nonetheless, he has been a prolific scorer for the Roseburg Indians, and he moves into the top 10 all-time scoring in school history with his 18 points last week. Coach was talking a lot about some of the other things other than scoring from the game against Sprague on Friday last week. Turnovers were big, but they did get the benefit that Sprague missed a decent number of shots. So did Roseburg in there, leading to a lot of rebounds, and Roseburg actually had quite a few guys do pretty well cleaning up the glass. Micah Mendoza finished with 7 rebounds to go along with his 18 points. Also, we had a double-double on the broadcast. We mentioned that Owen Bentia had a double-double. He did finish with 11 points and 13 rebounds. We shortchanged him 1 rebound in the stat box just in our live stat keeping here at the gym after going back and watching the film. The huddle film came up with 13 rebounds for Owen Bentia. But also with a double-double was Asher Vredenberg. He was the second leading scorer with 13 points against Sprague, had 10 rebounds and 2 assists. So Roseburg did a pretty good job cleaning up the glass with 2 players in double figures and had quite a few more for some of their other players throughout the lineup. Roseburg played everybody on the lineup in that win over the Sprague Olympians back on Friday. Meanwhile, for the North Eugene Highlanders, they have played 3 games so far this season. Win, loss, win. They were playing in the Holiday Inn Wilsonville Invitational Tournament. Now, Wilsonville High School to start out the season, a 3-game event there for the Highlanders. They finish it out with a 73-61 win over the Redmond boys in that one. They trailed 19-17 at the end of the first quarter, but then would outscore Redmond over the final 3 quarters, pulling ahead with a 17-9 advantage in the second quarter. They went 2-1 in that tournament to start out the season. Last year was a pretty strong one for this North Eugene team, finishing 18-10 overall, but they went 11-1 in the Midwestern League. Roseburg did have a win over North Eugene last year, winning 80-47 on top of the Highlanders up at North Eugene High School in their old gym. They've now remodeled that whole campus, and they've got a brand new gymnasium up there. I've seen some photos. It looks really nice. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten a chance to go up there and check it out yet. We're here tonight to take on the Highlanders, so don't get a chance to see the new gym up there at North Eugene. I'm sure we'll get a chance to get up there at some point in the future. But last year up there, Roseburg winning 80-47. Only a 1-point lead in the second quarter for North Eugene in that one, but then Roseburg would finish on a 13-0 run at the end of the first half to lead 31-19 at halftime against North Eugene last year. They outscored the Highlanders 49-28 in the second half. RHS finishing with 4 players in double figures a year ago against the Highlanders. They'll look to see if they can have that kind of success against them here tonight. But North Eugene, they, I think, played some tough competition early on in their season, maybe took a few lumps, but then go 11-1 in league play, finishing first in the Midwestern League. And they went 2-1 at the 5A state tournament, advancing to the final tournament site. And they would lose their quarterfinal matchup, but then win their 2 consolation games, giving them a 4th place finish at state after a 64-46 win against LaSalle last year. They did graduate 2 all-league players from that team a year ago, but they do return co-conference player of the year, Joey Banry. He was also a first-team all-league selection. The senior guard will be helping lead the way for the Highlanders here this season. Last year he led the team with an average scoring of 12.7 points per game. They do return 4 players that played in the game against Roseburg from a year ago, but they also added a couple of additions. India Mohidan is a senior wing at 6'4". He transferred from Sheldon High School and joined this North Eugene team. Last year against Roseburg, playing for the Sheldon Irish, Mohidan averaged 17.5 points per game and 3.5 3-pointers per game. So he did have a game-high 21 points in a game against Roseburg a year ago. Also transferring from Sheldon was Kamani Winger, who is a senior 6'6" forward. He so far is averaging 3.7 points per game for the Highlanders this season. Didn't play in any of the games against Roseburg a year ago, but he adds some good size to this North Eugene roster, adds some depth for head coach Blake G., who was the 2022-2023 Coach of the Year in the Midwestern League after leading the Highlanders to a first-place finish last season. So a lot of promise for this North Eugene team to build off of what they did last year, as well as with some strong additions from the Sheldon Irish for their roster. Those players are going to get a chance to be back on their home court from last year. North Eugene will be playing in the Shamrock Slam tournament at Sheldon High School starting this weekend. On Friday, they'll be playing North Medford, and then they take on Philomath on Saturday. That is a usual tournament there for North Eugene. They went 0-2 in that tournament a year ago. We are just a few moments away from getting this one started. That is a look at tonight's matchup. These two teams getting ready to square off once again. Roseburg looking to try to go to 2-0 here on their home court as they take on the North Eugene Highlanders. Roseburg on the road for their next game coming up a week from today when they travel to Central Point to take on the Crater Comets. Tonight's game is streaming with video online at 541radio.com. You can tune in and catch the broadcast there. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate everybody that's joining us there here early on for the pregame show, getting a rundown of how this matchup squares up for us here tonight. I want to remind everybody that's tuned in that our next broadcast is going to be Friday when Roseburg girls are here at home. They will be here taking on Central Catholic Friday. So looking forward to bringing you more Roseburg girls basketball this season. We had their season opener, a victory here at home. And now we'll get a chance to do our second girls game of the year coming up on Friday when the Roseburg girls welcome in the Central Catholic Rams. We'll have that one for you starting with pregame at 6:30 here on the radio and streaming online at 541radio.com. All right, just about time to wrap this pregame show up and get you ready for the tip-off. We'll have a look at your starting lineups coming up for both these teams here in just a couple of moments, so stay tuned for that. We're going to go ahead and take our final break of the pregame show, and then we will come back to tip this one off and get things underway here on a Tuesday night in the Umpqua Basin. Hopefully the rains have held off. Was it raining outside when you got here? You can't hear me. Okay. Was it raining? Not raining outside. Okay, so everybody's staying dry. That might not be the case on the drive home for the North Eugene Highlanders here tonight. I know that everybody's expecting a lot of weather to be rolling in. We're happy to be inside, getting the basketball season started. We'll get tonight's game started when we come back. A 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Thank you.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Getting ready for your starting lineup. Let's start off with the home team getting announced right now by public address announcer Kenny Sherman. For Roseburg, it'll be the same starting 5 they had in the season opener. Micah Mendoza, the senior, will start alongside Julian Lopez, a senior guard. Asher Friedenberg, another senior in the starting 5. Second leading scorer on the team so far. Joining them in the lineup will be junior Owen Bentia and junior Caden Luther. That is a look at the home starting 5 for head coach Jordan Humphreys in his 5th year. On the other side, it'll be Jonas Spencer, a senior forward at 6'5", Kamani Winger, a senior forward at 6'6", India Mohidin, a senior at 6'4", a wing, Joey Bannery, 5'9", senior guard, and then Elias McInnes, the senior 6'1" guard for the North Eugene Highlanders. The tip in the middle, won by Roseburg. They're wearing the home whites, moving left to right on your radio dial. Julian Lopez will launch a 3 to start out the ball game. No. Rebound pulled down by North Eugene, and Roseburg will retreat on defense. Wearing the road reds with the gold trim stripe up and down the sides. Vertical on the underneath the armpits, down the legs. White numbers on the front and the back of the jerseys for the Highlanders. Into the corner for Mohidin. He'll dump it down underneath, back out to the top. McInnes, a 3. And he will make the opening bucket of the night. A 3-0 lead early for North Eugene. Pressure as that one into the stands. Ticket of admission gets you into the ball game here tonight. Pass up the floor, tipped out of bounds by North Eugene. Roseburg will keep it. Shot clock, a part of the game this season for those that might have missed the season opener. 35-second shot clock. Deep 3 here by Mendoza. Back of the iron, clanks hard out. And the rebound pulled down by Bannery, who will bring it up the floor. Moving right to left, he wheels up the left side of the floor. Gets a screen, look for the roll, not there. Now to the top, Bannery is going to attack. Gets into the middle, defense collapsed on him, and Bannery will draw a shooting foul as he'll pick up a foul against Roseburg, and it goes against Owen Bentia for his first. 3-0 lead here early going. 1:09 seconds off the game clock at the line. Bannery gets that one to just die on the front of the iron, and the gravity of the basketball drops it through. Second free throw attempt, much more fluid. It drops right in. It is a 5-0 lead. Pressure in the backcourt again by North Eugene. Roseburg will break it. Mendoza gets it on the far side, attacks right into the chest of the defense from Winger, and nearly traps Mendoza in the corner. Getting the ball, it's Friedenberg, bounces it out off the back of Winger, and it's a takeaway by North Eugene. Turnovers again, an early issue for Roseburg. Bannery out at the top, drives left of the lane. Gets reverted back out, tosses it out to the top. Left side, Mohidin, a deep 3. He'll pull the trigger on plenty of them. His 3 just barely grazing the iron, and it falls short. 6:13 to go, first quarter. Lopez drives in, hooks a pass back out to Bentia for the rainbow three. Owen Bentia gets Roseburg on the board. They go scoreless for nearly the first 2 minutes, but on the board, trailing by 2, 5-3. Into the corner, Moheden looking underneath for Winger, not there. Lopez undersized in the matchup, down low. Banry looking underneath, toss it across the top. To the left side, Moheden at the wing. A one-hand pass to Banry, back on the right side. Around a screen from the right elbow. Pulls up for the jumper. No. Underneath, Winger has it tipped out. Luther behind his back, saves it back in. And the Roseburg Indians will come down with the rebound. Up the floor, Vredenberg gets trapped on the right blocks. Needs to pass it away. Gets it out to Lopez, and he'll reset between the center circles. 5:25 opening period of the ball game. Mendoza gets it. Crossover, goes right with the left hand. The runner is good, and we're tied at 5 on the left-handed runner from Micah Mendoza. Bringing it up the floor on the right side, Spencer. Bounce into the corner, driving baseline, fall-away jumper, rolls off the iron. Rebound tipped to Vredenberg. He collects it after almost having it tipped away. The miss by McInnes will lead to the run out. Mendoza gets his shot blocked, but Caden Luther with the offensive board and put back. And Roseburg has the lead at 7-5, 4:53 to play, first quarter. Moheden, no-look pass across the lane, out to the far side. Crossover, defender falls down from the right elbow. No, Lopez with the board. On the miss by Spencer. Lopez will push the issue up the floor on the right side. Backs it out to the left hand. Pass away, Mendoza, catch and shoot three from the left side. Off the mark, long rebound into the corner. And Luther can't track it down, out of bounds to North Eugene. 4:32 to go in the first quarter. Substitutions for the first time tonight. Kamani Winger will get a breather into the game for North Eugene. Caden Gould. Roseburg remains with the starting 5 on the floor as Joey Banry brings it up the center circle for the Highlanders. Bounce it away at the right elbow. With it is Gould. He'll hand it off. Moheden around the screen. Drives right side. Had it tipped out of his hands, but they'll blow the whistle. And India Moheden, who is averaging 17.7 points per game so far to start out the season, will head to the free throw line where he is a 50% shooter so far on the year. A chance to tie this one up. Roseburg leading 7-5 here in the opening quarter. First one drops in for Moheden. Tonight's ball game is brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give him a call at 541-378-6694. Moheden second. It hits off the back iron, no good. And into the game comes Michael Bosley. He gets the rebound. Vredenberg behind the back dribble, up the right side, draws it out. Works his way to the left side of the floor. Hand off to Mendoza. Crossover. Tries to attack left side. Gets called for the travel. No, a foul. The North Eugene fans all wanting a travel. I kind of thought we were going to get it too. It looked like he left the floor and came back down without getting rid of the basketball. But Mendoza draws a foul. That'll be the first on, I believe, Caden Gould. Ball turned over by Roseburg. 7-6 the score. Shot blocked by Mendoza. But the offensive putback. Jonas Spencer gets the offensive board and the putback on the other side. And out of bounds on the far sideline. Stepping on the sideline, turning it over. Roseburg gives it back to North Eugene as the Highlanders lead it by 1. 3:48 to go. Into the game is Landon Fanagau. Apologize for not getting his name right in the season opener, but we figured it all out. Fanagau comes in for Roseburg. Caden Luther checks out of the game. Baseline jumper, that's Joey Banry. That is good from about 15 feet out. Fanagau came in for Julian Lopez. He'll get it in the middle. Almost has it. Yep, has it poked away with that press defense. Man on the floor. Roseburg will get in and tie it up. I believe the possession arrow will favor North Eugene. It's a 10-7 game. The score favoring the Highlanders as well. On the floor for Roseburg, Mendoza, Vredenberg, Bosley, Bentia, and Fanagau. Out there, Banry, Spencer, Moheden, McInnes, and Gould on the floor for the Highlanders. Gould gets it at the free throw line, working against Bosley. He got attacked as he drives the left side of the lane. And Caden Gould will draw a whistle, and it'll be a foul on Michael Bosley, who will pick up his first. It is a shooting foul to the line. Will go Caden Gould. 3 team fouls against Roseburg, 1 so far against North Eugene. Gould knocks through the first. Asher Vredenberg will get a breather as Vincent Ash will check into the game. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Got players falling all over the place. The free throw didn't go. And it's going to stay with North Eugene, and Coach Humphrey's not happy that there wasn't a call about the players falling into the lane. The official saying it didn't happen. What Coach is claiming that's not how they saw it as well. 11-7, driving baseline and a whistle against Roseburg. It'll be the 4th team foul against the Indians. They call that against Owen Bentia, and that's going to be his 2nd. So 2 quick fouls in the first quarter for Owen Bentia. Baseline inbound from Bannery. Catch and shoot from the corner. Way short on the 3. Bentia gets the rebound, gets it out front to Mendoza, and he throws it down. 11-9 the score, though. Roseburg still down by 2. Out to the top, deep 3 for Spencer. Just grazes the iron, and Bentia with another rebound. Bentia will drive to the left side, looking to tie it up or take the lead here for Roseburg. 2:27 to go in the first quarter. Mendoza will draw it out. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Out to the midcourt stripe. Mendoza away to Ash on the left side. Vincent will drive into the corner. Looking underneath for Bentia. It's just not there. Back out to Bosley with 7 seconds. He drives to the free throw lane. Kicked it into the corner. Fanagau drives baseline, looking for a chance to kind of free things up and cut to the rim. And Bosley was expecting him to be in the corner. Roseburg turns it over with 35 seconds on the shot clock. They will inbound the ball, bring it up. 2:03 to go in the first quarter. Bannery attacks. No look pass finds Caden Gould underneath. He gets his shot blocked by Bosley and then lost it after trying to recollect it. Ash comes away with it. Fanagau right side, crossover to the free throw line, out to Bentia. He drives baseline, gets to the rim, but too strong off the glass. Missed by Roseburg. North Eugene bringing it up, tipped out from behind by Mendoza, and Roseburg can't collect it as it goes across the baseline. Still a 2-point game, 11-9, North Eugene in front. Substitutions coming in. Spencer Bingham will get a chance to come into the ball game. And Asher Vredenberg back in as well. Mendoza and Bentia will both get a breather. Also into the game for North Eugene, Zach Fisher, the sophomore, will come in. And he checks in for Elias McInnes. Minute 38 to play in the opening period. Lob it in to Spencer, hands it right back off to Bannery, and Bannery travel call. He picked up off the dribble, tried to just pick it up and palm it with one hand before he shoved it off to a teammate, but he stutter-stepped in there, takes the extra steps, turns back over. Roseburg with it, a chance to take the lead on the 3 by Fanagau. No. Underneath, Bosley battles for the rebound. He gets it. The second chance, no. Underneath Bingham this time. Gets it to Vredenberg. Another chance, and Vredenberg's third chance, no. Underneath Bingham, another one. Bingham with 2 offensive boards there, and he ties it up with the 2 underneath. And a timeout taken by North Eugene. Spencer Bingham, the junior, coming up big underneath the offensive boards to tie it up at 11. A minute 12 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
As a timeout there for North Eugene. Out of the timeout, they've got a minute 12 to go in the first quarter, a tie ball game. 11-11. Bringing up the ball on the left side, Spencer back to Bannery. To the right side for Mohedin. A little pitch and catch here for the Highlanders. Working against Roseburg. Man-to-man defense from the Indians. Same 5 on the floor for Roseburg. Driving right side, got a little bit of room, but cannot get the jumper to fall for Banry. It's Fanigal with the rebound. He'll push it up the floor. On the far side, Bosley got it to Bingham. Bingham, one-hand pass out to the top to Ash. Ash running the point. Will pass it away to Vredenberg. Vredenberg, the lone starter on the floor right now for Roseburg. Ash gets it right side. He'll drive in, and he gets to the rim and finishes. A burst to the iron, and he'll give Roseburg a lead back. 13-11. Roseburg back in front. It's been back and forth. Neither team is led by more than 3. Banry with it, working against Fanigal. Gets a screen. They switch. Bingham now on Banry. He passes away. Left corner. The 3 is good. India Mohegan, we know he'll take him, and he buries that one as the first quarter will come to an end. It is 14-13, North Eugene in front. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Start of the second quarter, Roseburg trailing 14-13 against North Eugene. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Roseburg will start with the basketball to begin the second quarter. Mendoza back into the game. So is Bentia. He gets a pick and roll, pops the 3 from the corner. It's a bit strong. Rebound pulled down by Caden Gould. North Eugene will have it. They lead by 1, have led by as many as 3. Competitive first quarter of the ball games. Jonas Spencer on the right side, crossover. Back out to the top for Winger. Winger looks to the middle for Gould. Back out, the 3 from Spencer. Goes halfway down before it's spit back out, and Bentia's there for the board. Up the floor, get it to Vredenberg. He tries to hop his way through the lane, and gets tied up by North Eugene, drawing the foul from Jonas Spencer. And it's a non-shooter. First on Spencer. Vredenberg inbound to Mendoza on the left wing. Between the legs, he just hands it to himself. Drives in, spin move to the baseline. Shooter. The shot doesn't go, but he'll draw the whistle, and this goes against Spencer again, and that's quick 2 fouls against Jonas Spencer here in the second quarter. Before the first free throw, let's go ahead and take a timeout for a legal ID. This is Roseburg basketball here on the score. First free throw goes through for Micah Mendoza. Looking to add the second. Mendoza, a 70% free throw shooter last year, and he does not get the second. So it's the tie ball game. 7-12 to go, 14 all. Bounce across the midcourt stripe to the right side for Spencer. Spencer feeds into the corner for Gould. Toss out to the top from the left wing. Banry drives in, dumps it over the defense. Intended for Kamani Winger, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by Roseburg. 7:01 to go in the second quarter. 14-14 score here on the score. And streaming online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Inbound from the baseline for Banry. Toss it into the corner for McInnes. Working against Lopez, drives baseline, cut off, back out to Mohegan, across the floor to the right side. Banry gets it at the top. trying to work the right side of the key. Stop and go, behind the back dribble, pulls up for the right elbow jumper, and it rolls off the iron to Vincent Ash, who pulls it in. Gets it to Bentia, who's going to explode up the floor. Got tripped trying to go through the left side. Defense tried to collapse, and he got cut off. Ends up on the turf. Went down a bit hard, but he seems to be all right. And the foul this time goes against Kamani Winger. I have that down for Kamani's first. Timeout being taken down on the floor. Roseburg going to use their timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 30-second break here in the first half. It is 14-all, Roseburg and North Eugene on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
It's Roseburg basketball on a Tuesday night here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Tonight's contest brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Roseburg Honda will be having an event coming up on Friday afternoon, I think, going from 2 to 4 there at Roseburg Honda on Mulholland Drive. You can stop by and check it out. They're going to have reindeer, hot cocoa, all sorts of stuff going on. So check that out on Friday at Roseburg Honda. Out of the timeout, Roseburg with him. Micah Mendoza trying to work in from the right side, but he got right underneath, could not get a clean look at it. Takeaway there by North Eugene on the miss. Tie ball game, 14-all, 6:22 to play. Underneath the Kamani, and he almost traveled. Then he puts up a too strong of a shot. Bentia down with the rebound. He just got kind of caught out of position trying to attack the rim, and I think was surprised he didn't have a defender on him. Lopez with it on the right side. Into the corner. Lopez back out to Ash from the right side. One-hand push pass to the far side for Friedenberg. Dumps it down, low blocks, attacking in. Double team comes, and Winger got caught in the air trying to mark up against Micah Mendoza. And I believe they're going to give it to, they're going to give it to Kamani Winger, as he got in the air and came down on top of Micah Mendoza. So this will be a two-shot opportunity here for Mendoza, who's got 5 points in the ball game. Got a chance to give Roseburg the lead, and he will. First one is true. Caden Luther will check in for Vincent Ash, as Roseburg will add some size to their lineup. Kamani Winger checks out as Caden Gould will come back in. 4 team fouls against North Eugene here in the second quarter. Roseburg with none. Second free throw off the mark. Tipped out of bounds. It will go to North Eugene. So 50% at the free throw line so far tonight for Micah Mendoza. Gets 1 out of 2. Gives Roseburg a 15-14 lead. 5:52 to go here in the first half. Roseburg putting a little bit of pressure on. North Eugene easily able to walk it across the timeline. Left side, a 3 from Mohedan. Looks off. It is. Rebound tipped. It goes into the hands of Spencer. He goes down, and the ball lost out of bounds. Last touch by Roseburg, according to the official. Underneath, Spencer had it, and then he just kind of crumbled to the ground, and I don't know if he just lost his footing or maybe he was on the verge of twisting an ankle and decided, let's not try to test this, and crumpled to the floor. Got free for an open look in the corner, and it's a little long for Elias McInnes. Rebound comes down to Luther. Roseburg with the basketball. 5:24. Their largest lead has been 2. They've got a chance to stretch that here. Lopez in the left corner. Bounces it underneath to Friedenberg. Double team. Fights through it. Out to Bentia for a 3. Too strong. High rebound. Tipped up. Friedenberg comes down with it. The tip out goes to Roseburg. Indians keep it. Friedenberg dribbles out. Resets. Calls for Bentia to come get some help. Lopez across the floor, gets it in the left corner, back out to Luther. Mendoza now, right at the top of the key. Underhand pass into the corner, shot blocked out of bounds on the three-point attempt by Bentia. It was India Mohedan. At 6'4", he's got a long wingspan. And he knocks that one out of bounds. The transfer from Sheldon High School. But the ball stays with Roseburg. 16 seconds on the shot clock, though. Bentia wants to try and drive in. He finds Luther underneath. The big man fights for the position, and Luther has his second field goal of the night. Gives Roseburg its largest lead at 3. 17-14. Bannery with it left side. Handles the basketball well. Between the leg dribbles. Pass it away left side. Bounce it in the middle. Spencer with some weak defense around him. His shot, there's a cap on the basket. Didn't want to stay in. The rebound came down to Gould. Got tipped away, but able to retrieve it is Jonas Spencer. Bannery with a second look here for the Highlanders. Continues to dribble around a teammate trying to set a screen. Getting it is Spencer straight away against Bentia. Tries to take off with the right foot step. Drives in, pass into the corner, nearly tipped out of bounds by Lopez. Lob across the floor. That one's taken away by Mendoza. He's going to attack in. Turnaround jumper, throws it up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Luther. He'll put up the putback, and Caden Luther having a career night tonight with the offensive board and the putback. He's got 6 in the contest, and he's got Roseburg up by 5. Timeout down on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. Caden Luther coming into it. This is his first season at the varsity level. He had 2 points in the season opener, so tonight with 6, it's a new career high for Caden Luther. And the young man has been big underneath. He's got a couple of rebounds, and he's made the last 2 baskets for Roseburg, giving them the 5-point lead. 19-14 your score with 3:52 to go here in the first half of tonight's ball game. We'll want to remind folks, coming up tomorrow here on The Score, it's another episode of our popular show. I'm calling it popular. I don't really know if I have any evidence to prove that or the other. But DC Sports Spotlight coming up tomorrow night. We're going to be talking with local student athletes. We have lined up a former Roseburg standout, Nash Singleton, now wrestling for the Oregon State Beavers. He had a big weekend, getting his first win against a ranked opponent in the college rankings. So obviously some things starting to go right in his season up there at Oregon State as he tries to make his way in the college ranks. We're going to be talking with Nash Singleton coming up tomorrow. DC Sports Spotlight starting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock here on The Score. Inbound play, full court pressure. Roseburg almost takes it away. Julian Lopez could not keep it, but he knocked the ball away, forcing North Eugene to scramble. They do keep it, get it up the floor on the left side. Spencer, his pass nearly taken away. Out to the right side, Gould sets up for the 3 and knocks it down. Caden Gould gets his first field goal, a 3-point shot to make it a 2-point game. 19-17, 3:26 to play in the first half. Mendoza crossover, goes left side, splits all sorts of defense, and it's a jump ball call that will favor Roseburg. No, it will not. Sorry, the possession arrow changed at the start of the second quarter. So Mendoza gets tied up with the jump ball. North Eugene gets it back. 3:20 to go. They've got a chance to tie or take the lead. Bannery, one-hand pass up the floor, gets it to Mohedin. They got 2-on-1, and they'll score. North Eugene, Caden Gould gets the easy bucket on the full court press break. Bentia gets the handoff from Vredenberg. We're tied at 19 with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Bentia around a screen left side, picks up the dribble to Vredenberg. He attacks from the free throw line, one step across, and the runner, Asher Vredenberg, with some touch, throws it at the rim and puts it through. 21-19, Roseburg in front. Corner 3 by Gould. That one's off the iron. With the rebound is Spencer. He looks for the second chance opportunity. He gave it off to Gould, and he just didn't get a good push at it. Might have been blocked underneath, and Gould shot no good. Roseburg with the rebound. Bentia crossover, spin into the lane, out to Lopez for a look at a 3. Julian Lopez, he knocks it down. And Roseburg's up by 5 again, 24-19. Big 3 there by Lopez, his first of the night. He's got 3 points. McInnes with it right side. Mohedin trying to answer a deep 3. Almost gets the kiss off the glass. The bank is not open. And the rebound comes down to Luther, hands it off to Vredenberg. Up the floor, left side, and a travel call on Owen Bentia, who lost his footing just a little bit. He's surprised he got whistled for the travel call. Micah Mendoza is going to head to the bench for a brief moment. Going to grab a drink of water. I was worried for a moment he was headed to the trainer's table. 5-point ball game, under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Mohegan with it left side, and he barreled right through Owen Bentia, and Bentia is going to get called for the blocking foul. Bentia tried to step in front of Mohegan, and Mohegan gave him a forearm shiver and kind of ran right over the top of him. But if Bentia didn't have his feet set, he's going to get whistled, and he does. That is his third here in the first half. He'll be in foul trouble. Might have to sit the final minute 49. Fanigal has come back in for Roseburg. Bannery pass it away to right side. Calling for a screen. McInnes goes left. Pass back out. Spencer launches a three. That one rims out. Fanigal there for the board. Push up the floor. And Vincent Ash gets it in the corner. Ash will bring it out. Trying to get away from Gould. Ball picked away, but it goes right to Lopez. He drives in. Scoop shot attempt. And he's going to draw the two-shot foul. North Eugene will hit the bonus. So for Gould, he picks up his second. North Eugene, by my count, has 3 players with 2 fouls here in this first half. Julian Lopez at the free throw line. Sinks the first one. You might have heard Coach Jordan Humphreys talk about the shooting license that guys are earning, having to accomplish some shooting drills at practice to be able to earn their license. Julian Lopez, I'm pretty sure I saw him with one. On social media, they share those shooting licenses. It's kind of cool. And I'm pretty sure I saw that Julian Lopez had earned his. Got to have your license to shoot a 3 in a game. If you're not, you're coming off the floor. Out at the top, Bannery dribbles straight away. Over the head pass, left side. Finds McInnes. McInnes working against Lopez. Tries to go spin back to his left. Kick out. Mohegan the 3. That's too long, and it's Fanigal there for the board. Launch up the floor to Ash. Ball is loose. Ash will track it down. Double team trying to trap him out at the midcourt stripe. Lob across the floor. It's Bosley. He tried to tip it to Fanigal. Fanigal puts up a shot and a whistle. Fanigal ended up on the floor as he was going through his shot. It was sloppy, but Roseburg's going to end up earning the free throws. And I believe the foul goes against Zach Fisher. The sophomore picks up his first. So Fanigal will get a chance to shoot 2 here. Landon on his first season as a varsity player. Scored 4 points in the season opener last Friday. His first one is no good. Roseburg basketball on the score tonight brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. Roseburg will clear out of the lane. 44.2 seconds to play in the first half. The second free throw just barely grazes the iron. No good. It's a 7-point game. Roseburg's largest lead at 26-19. 38 seconds. You've got about a difference of 8 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Pass left side. With the basketball, McInnes. Bounce in the middle. Kick into the corner. Mohegan back out to McInnes. Across the floor to Bannery. Down to 16 seconds to go on the shot clock. Bannery calls out the play as he walks it to the right side. Jump pass, and that's a travel. He was going to try to throw it to Mohegan, but then I think he tried to double clutch it. It just lofted in the air, and he went to go get it to not let the Indians steal it away. And you can't throw the ball up and catch it yourself. That's a travel. 17.3 seconds to go. Roseburg brings back in Mendoza and Bentia for the final 15 seconds. Vredenberg gets it to Bentia. You've got Fanigal and Ash out there as well. Driving left side, Bentia dumps it down to Mendoza. Jump stop around the defender. Kind of awkward. Threw up a wild shot. No, the full court heave is no good. And at the end of the first half, it is Roseburg 26, North Eugene 19. We'll go ahead and take the halftime break. And when we come back, we'll get a recap of the first half of action for you. And we will get a look at your scores and rebounding numbers for Roseburg and North Eugene. Here at the halftime break, it is 26-19, Roseburg in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Here at the halftime break from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on this Tuesday night, it is Roseburg basketball for you. I'm Joey Kieran. Happy to be with you here on this Tuesday evening as Roseburg leads North Eugene 26-19 here at the break. North Eugene able to pull ahead early in the first quarter. Roseburg battled their way back. It was a tight finish of the first 8 minutes. It was 14-13 after 1 quarter of play. But then in the second quarter, Roseburg able to jump out. They would outscore North Eugene 13-5 in the second period, and they lead this one 26-19. Taking a look at some of your first half team statistics. Roseburg was 4 of 8 at the free throw line, had just 1 3-pointer in the matchup. On the other side for North Eugene, the Highlanders were 4 for 4 at the free throw line and had 3 made 3-pointers. Keeping North Eugene in it in that second quarter where they went a little cold, Caden Gould had all 5 points in the second period for North Eugene. We'll go ahead and use another 2-minute timeout here, and when we come back, we'll take a look at individual scoring from the first half of tonight's ball game. Don't go anywhere. More of your Roseburg basketball halftime show when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
(26-19) our score here at the halftime break. We'll take a look at numbers from the first half in just a moment, but want to remind everybody, stay tuned in the postgame show when we name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games or come by to watch the games, the live streams during the away games. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Find them on the corner of Bellows and Harvard, not that far. In fact, right on your way out of the game here from Roseburg High School. And stick around as well in the postgame show. We'll acknowledge tonight's In the Paint rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. So when it's time to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store. They're not a paint department. Taking a look at those first half numbers, we'll start with the visiting team. North Eugene right now leading the way with 6 points. 5 of them coming in the second quarter is Caden Gould off the bench. Also, you've got 4 points in the game for India Mohedan and for Joey Banry. And then 3 points in the contest for Elias McInnes and 2 points in the game for Jonas Spencer. For the Roseburg Indians, 6 points to lead the way for both Micah Mendoza and Caden Luther, the surprise scoring leader in the first half of this one. Luther, the junior, doing some nice work in a span there in that second quarter, helping keep Roseburg in front. Micah Mendoza with 6 points here tonight as well. Julian Lopez, 5 points tonight for him, having a nice night. Then you've got 3 points for Owen Bentia, 2 points for Asher Friedenberg, Spencer Bingham, and Vincent Ash. And again, Roseburg 4 of 8 at the free throw line, 1 made three-pointer. And for North Eugene, they are 4 for 4 at the charity stripe, and 3 made three-pointers in this one. Rebounding leader from the first half of this contest for Roseburg. 4 rebounds for Caden Luther, who's making his case. Oh, and Owen Bentia with 4 as well. Luther making a case for quite possibly a sweep of our post-game awards. The Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game, as well as our rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft. We'll have to wait and see how the second half plays out here in just a couple of moments. So stay with us, folks. Our score here at the break is 26-19. The Roseburg Indians currently leading the North Eugene Highlanders. For North Eugene, they came in averaging 66.3 points per game, but they do give up 61. Now, that's a small sample size. That's only 3 games on the season for the North Eugene Highlanders, so you can't necessarily take that for complete credit. Their lowest output, though, so far this season, 36 points in one of their games. So they've got some work to do to try and beat their previous season low here this year. As for Roseburg, of course, coming off just the one game so far, 55-52, the final score in that one against Sprague. So Roseburg on pace about with where their scoring average has been so far this year with what they did in the first half of tonight's contest. Last year, Roseburg averaged 69.6 points per game, gave up 63.4, had a season high of 95. So far this year, they're working to try and kind of get that offensive groove back just a little bit. Just about ready to go. Second half action coming up for us here from Roseburg High School. I'm Joey Kieran. Always nice to be with you, calling Roseburg High Sports here on the score. Again, a quick reminder that our next broadcast will be Friday night here from Roseburg High School, where the Roseburg girls basketball team will be hosting the Central Catholic Rams. Roseburg girls are at North Eugene tonight up in Eugene at that beautiful new gym that they've got on the new campus of North Eugene High School. And earlier tonight, the Roseburg JV team winning 60-55 on top of North Eugene. They pulled out to a big lead early, had to fight to hold off North Eugene in the third and fourth quarters of that one. So good win there for the JV team as they improved to 2-0 on the season. Second half about to get underway. Roseburg will have its starting 5 on the floor. Owen Bentia, Asher Vredenberg, Julian Lopez, Caden Luther, and Micah Mendoza. For North Eugene, Joey Banry, Elias McInnes, Caden Gould, also Jonas Spencer and India Mohidin out there on the floor. That is 4 of the originals, 5 starters out there. Caden Gould is the lone non-starter that'll start the second half. Kamani Winger on the bench. He's got 2 personals. Bentia in a little bit of foul trouble with 3 as a kickball out of bounds after Roseburg will start the second half with the possession. Owen Bentia with 3 fouls. He's the only player with 3 in the game, but for North Eugene, they've got 3 players with 2. So we'll see how foul trouble comes into play here in this one. Caden Luther gets the inbound from the baseline after the kickball out of bounds. 24 seconds to go on the shot clock. Didn't reset after that defensive kick by North Eugene. Caden Luther on the right wing. Pass. He cuts through the lane. Ball makes it to Vredenberg on the left side. He tries to drive. Kicks back out to Bentia. Opening 30 seconds away. Down to 7 seconds to go here on the shot clock. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Vredenberg's going to have to get a shot up. He launches one before the horn. Hits the iron. Ball tipped around, but it'll be picked up by North Eugene. So Roseburg, not enough urgency on the shot clock. Let it wind all the way down. Put up a desperation shot. North Eugene with their first possession of the second half. Mohidin gets it straight away. Set up, drives right side into the corner. McInnes back out to Mohidin. He drives to the free throw line. Stop, turned back around. Tried to feed it underneath. Tipped out of bounds off of North Eugene. Ball goes out of bounds with 15 seconds on the shot clock. 7:01 to go on the game clock. Inbound out to the top. They work it up to Mohidin. He drives in. The runner from the free throw line, no. Rebound tipped up, and it's going to stay with North Eugene. They'll get a third look. Spencer drives left side, goes right to the iron. Offensive foul. Shot doesn't go, and Jonas Spencer called for the charge. Right into the body of Asher Vredenberg, who ends up on the dirt, on the floor, I should say. It's not very dirty. They're doing a good job keeping it clean. Full court press here from North Eugene. Highlanders trailing by 7. Neither team has scored so far here in the third quarter. Lob up the floor by Vredenberg. Tracking it down with Mendoza. His runner in the middle, no. Had defense all over him. Taken away, North Eugene up the floor, right side. Handoff, McInnes. Fake left, goes back to his right, gets it to Banry, pulls up for the jumper. That one rattles around and out. Loose ball, and it's picked up by Lopez. He'll bring it up the floor. He goes right to the rim, spins it off the glass for 2. It was a wild adventure, but Lopez finishes with the bucket. Makes it a 28-19 score, 9-point game, largest of the night for Roseburg. Answering on the other side for North Eugene was Caden Gould. Back to a 7-point ball game. 5:50 to go here in this third quarter. Lopez with it right side. Pulls up the dribble in the corner. Around the top. Mendoza trying to work against a double team. Almost travels out to Lopez for the 3. No. Weak side rebound down to Luther. He's going to muscle his way back in underneath. Kicks it baseline into the corner. Mendoza, no. Lopez tracks down another one. Roseburg will get a third try on this possession. Vredenberg out at the top. Dribbles away. Right side. Kick ball again. They'll have to inbound from the far side. Shot clock at 35. It feels like that was a little bit extra time on the shot clock there for Roseburg. Everybody's getting used to doing it. Beautiful spin move from Vredenberg, but he can't finish. Off the glass, and no good. Up the floor, and there's a whistle. Driving through the middle. Trying to contest the shot was Micah Mendoza as Elias McInnes tried to hit the runner. Mendoza picks up the foul. That is going to be the first on Micah. It's going to send the senior Elias McInnes to the free throw line where he is an 83% shooter. He's got 3 points on the night. And he will hit the first. Roseburg basketball tonight brought to you by Flyway Travel. Make sure you've got a travel agent in your corner during these complicated travel times. Give them a call at 672-5701. 2 free throws for McInnes. And it is 28-23. And Roseburg will burst out in front of everybody. Lopez able to sprint to the rim and finish. Sorry for the scoreboard inaccuracies there. I guess I got too caught up with the action going on the floor. Forgot to change it. Deep three from McInnes. And he flushes it through. Second three of the night for Elias McInnes. Makes it a 4-point game with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Timeout taken down on the floor. We're going to go ahead and take away a 30-second break as well. Roseburg leading against North Eugene on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Third quarter action here from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg out of the timeout, taken by North Eugene. They'll run it up the floor, and right in the middle, it's Caden Luther having a huge night tonight. Luther will make the bucket, and he makes it a 32-26 ball game, back to a 6-point lead for Roseburg. Out at the top with it, Banry goes to his left around a screen, tries the scoop shot, and that one with a kiss and the English off the glass goes through. 32-28. Roseburg trying to go quickly to the other side. Vredenberg driving in, cannot get the shot. Out in front of everybody, here comes Banry, and he lays it in. Another 2 for Joey Banry, finishing with the left hand, makes it a 2-point game. Run there by North Eugene, cuts it down 32-30. Micah Mendoza with it on the right wing. He'll drive in, spin move into the defender, offensive foul. And Micah Mendoza will pick up his second. .344 to go in the second, or make that the third quarter. Roseburg putting some pressure on. Banry brings it across the timeline, lobbed it across to McInnes, to Moheden in the left corner. He'll dribble it out. Back to him on the left wing. Marked by Bentia, looking for a screen from Spencer. Got a little bit of space, launches it up and gets the friendly roll. Moheden gets his second 3 of the night, and he gives North Eugene their first lead since the first quarter. Well, I guess starting the second quarter, they were on top, 14-13. It's been Roseburg in front for quite some time. North Eugene has battled their way back. On the right wing, Mendoza out to the top to Luther. Finds Bentia on the right side. Down to 9 seconds on the shot clock. Pass got tipped. Luther comes up with it. 5 seconds. Bentia got to shoot it. Step back on the 3. He gets knocked down at the horn, and North Eugene played pretty good defense, but Roseburg gets bailed out by the whistle. A foul on a 3-point shot for Owen Bentia, and Bentia is going to get a chance to go to the free throw line for 3 shots. A foul on a non-shooting foul, they call it. Picking up his 4th foul was Jonas Spencer on that closeout. You've got Banry, Moheden, McInnes. Also into the game, Jelani Thompson for the first time. And Kamani Winger has come back into the game for North Eugene as well. Lopez dribbles left side, picks up the dribble in the corner. Fanigal has come into the game for Roseburg. Pass out to the top, nearly taken away by Moheden. Pass right side. Vredenberg gets free on the baseline jumper. Asher Vredenberg, a much-needed 2 for Roseburg. 34-33, Roseburg back in front. and ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with North Eugene. Third quarter action here from Roseburg High. 2:22 to go. Vincent Ash is going to come in for Julian Lopez. Lopez, a nice night for that young man. 4 points here in this quarter. He's got 9 total. That is a new career high for him. Banry at the top, pass away. Winger gets it out to the top. McInnes pulls up at the free throw line. Tried to feed it underneath to Winger, and it goes through his legs. Couldn't handle the pass. Right idea there from McInnes. Great court vision, but underneath Winger, too much congestion. He couldn't hang on to it. Almost down to 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Roseburg leading by 1, 34-33. Bentia into the corner. Fanigal comes to get it at the right wing. They work around the perimeter to the left side. Near side here as we sit at the top of the grandstands behind the scorer's table at Roseburg High. Handoff from Bosley to Ash. Ash gets it to Vredenberg, pulls up at the free throw line, knocks down as he floats in the air. Asher Vredenberg buries the 2. And it's 36-33. Roseburg in front by 3. Have led by as many as 9. Long pass, catch and shoot for McInnes. Front iron, no. Rebound out of bounds. And Roseburg will get it back. 1:29 to go, 3-point lead. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Right side, Ash hands it back to Vredenberg. He cuts to the rim, gets underneath, makes the bounce pass to Bosley. His shot is blocked. Coming away with it is McInnes. Weaves his way through traffic, stops at the top. Pass right side, Moheden. They work it to the far side. Driving in, bounce pass, Banry fires into the corner. Right side, a pass out to the top by Moheden. He short hopped it into Banry. He couldn't handle it. It goes through the wickets and out of bounds. Another pass mishandled by North Eugene. A turnover back to the Indians. They're a 3-point game in the third quarter. Under a minute to play. Bentia with his 3 fouls has been able to play most of this third quarter. Pass it around the perimeter to the right side. Vredenberg. Hop, skip into the corner. Keeps the dribble. Pass it away to Fanigal. Nearly a push there from behind by Thompson. Driving baseline. Ash tried to wrap it around to Fanigal. It's taken away. Fanigal ended up on the ground. Moheden's going to go right into 2 defenders, and he will make the lay-in. 1-point game, 36-35. Trying to attack. Bentia right into the middle. He rattles it in. Owen Bentia makes it a 3-point game again. 17 seconds to play. Shot clock off here in the third quarter. Roseburg leading this one against North Eugene, but a chance to tie it going to the fourth quarter on a 3. Banry underneath finds Moheden, and he'll get fouled with 3.5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. That's only the third team foul against Roseburg. The foul will go up against Fanigal. Catch and shoot the 3 to tie it up before the buzzer. No good for McInnes. Roseburg came down with the rebound. The heave was no good. At the end of 3, it's 38-35. Roseburg leading against North Eugene here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Starting the fourth quarter, North Eugene with the basketball. They trail by 3 against Roseburg. Out at the top, Thompson will hand it off to Banry. 3 from the right side. This time it'll fall for Elias McInnes. That was the shot he had to try and tie it up going into the fourth quarter. He knocks it down this time and does square things up. Tied at 38 all in the opening 20 seconds of this ball game. Or fourth quarter, I should say. Trying to save the ball back in the front court. Somehow Vredenberg does it. Got it to Bentia. He pulls up for the jumper and knocks it in. Wild play there. Owen Bentia will put Roseburg back in front. North Eugene trying to attack, splitting through the defense. Banry gets it off to the right side to Moheden. Into the corner, Banry, left-hand dribble out to the top. Fakes the pass, drives as he wheels it all around to the left side, and Banry will finish at the iron. And it is a tie ball game still, 40-40. Ball taken away by Moheden. He's out one-on-one, and he lays it in. Breakaway there for India Moheden, and he gives North Eugene a 2-point lead. 42-40, timeout taken by Roseburg. The Indians will have 3 timeouts left in this one, as now they trail by 2. Let's go ahead and use a 30-second timeout. We'll come back after this here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Don't forget, you can check out our broadcast schedule to find out the next time Roseburg basketball is going to be on the air this winter. Head to 541radio.com. Check out the live sports broadcast schedule, or you can find it on the 541 radio app. Roseburg with the basketball out of the timeout. Roseburg with 3 timeouts left. For those that are watching, North Eugene didn't call one. They have 2 timeouts left. I'll just update things there. Pass nearly taken away by Winger. Bosley driving, gets it away. Pass into the corner. Left side 3, Bentia. His shot won't fall. Roseburg has to retreat back. Roseburg with Lopez, Ash, Bentia, Bosley, and Fanagau out on the floor here in this fourth quarter, trailing by 2. Banry pulls up from the free throw line. No. Rebound tipped, and it's Moheden to come up with it. Second look, Moheden a 3 from the left side, short. Rebound, he'll pull it in. He goes right to the rim. This time he's too strong. He goes over the top of everybody for the offensive board again. Fight for it underneath, and it's Roseburg basketball. Moheden had 3 looks at it there. He can't capitalize on any of them. Timeout by the official. They're going to clean up the floor, which gives us a moment here to let you know tonight's game brought to you by More Well Drilling. Specializing in residential well drilling and available for commercial projects too. Call 541-580-5660 for a free estimate. .5:58 to go in the ball game. Roseburg trailing 42-40 against North Eugene. Neither team's really been able to pull away. Roseburg led by as much as 9. That's the largest lead of the game for either team. Bentia dribbles left side into the corner. His pass was intended for Vincent Ash. It rolled up Ash's arm, then off the face of Joey Banry and out of bounds back to the Indians. Shalani Thompson will check out of the game for North Eugene. Caden Gould comes in. Micah Mendoza's in for Owen Bentia. Fanagau, Ash, Lopez, Mendoza, and Bingham out there. Lopez pulls up for the 3. Rebound comes down to the Highlanders. It's McInnes that brings it up the left side. Across the center circle, right hand, crossover, left side. Pass it off to Gould, to Banry at the top. Crossover, he goes left side of the lane. Scoop shot is good. Joey Banry with 4 in the period. He's got North Eugene out to a 44-40 lead. Roseburg trailing largest lead of the night for North Eugene. Bingham will get it to Mendoza, whips it left side to Fanagau, picks up the dribble, coming to help. Ash gets it back out to Lopez, and Lopez called for a travel. Took too long to get the ball on the hardwood. And he shuffled his feet, turns it over. Back to North Eugene as the Indians, they had a close one against Sprague, winning 55-52. They're going to have to close things out here on this fourth quarter, about halfway through. Bannery, he walks through the middle of the defense, gets it to Winger, back out to the top. Bannery with it. He's going to dribble right side, looking for a screen. Pick and roll with Gould. Gould gets it in the middle. He gets his shot blocked by Fanigal, but he is whistled for the foul. He got him from the backside. The home fans obviously not happy with the call. It looked like he got a lot of the basketball, but maybe he connected with a little bit more of the body than it looked like from up here in the stands. 44-40. 4:40 to go in the matchup. Free throw coming here for Caden Gould, and he misses the front end. Tonight's contest also brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Caden Luther will check back into the game. Luther with 8 points in the contest, a career high for him. Second free throw for Gould. And he misses both of them. Lopez will bring it up the floor for Roseburg. Crossover, goes right side, hands it off to Ash. He sets up for a straightaway three off the right iron, whistle underneath. And it's going to be against North Eugene. They call it against Gould, who picks up his third. One foul against both sides. Ash will head to the bench as Asher Friedenberg checks back in. Owen Bentia back in as well as Spencer Bingham will head to the bench. 4:26, non-shooting foul here. Inbound from the baseline. It is Mendoza to get it. 31 seconds on the shot clock. He drives in, launches it up with the left hand, tipped out of bounds to North Eugene. Micah's had a tough night here tonight working against North Eugene. He hasn't scored since the first half, just 6 points for the senior. First team All-League Southwest Conference selection. So bringing it up on the near side is McKinnis. Lost his defender, makes the bounce pass to Winger. And Kamani Winger will have his first points of the ball game, makes it a 6-point contest. North Eugene getting hot at the right time. They lead by 6. 3:57, bounce down to Luther, and a foul called against Winger on the other side. I believe that'll be his third. That'll be the second foul against North Eugene here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard confirms what I thought. 3 fouls against Winger. Inbound goes out to Bentia. Pulls up on the right side. Lobs back out to Friedenberg. Asher calling for help. Will hand it off to Bentia. Owen dribbles to the left side. Gets a screen from Asher. Tries to get it to Mendoza. Ball knocked away by Moheden. Mendoza gets it. Fakes left, goes right, jump stop, got the defense in the air, and he'll draw the whistle again as Kamani Winger left his feet. Mendoza was going for it. He knew what to look for. That big jump stop, the head fake, got the defense in the air, jumped into Winger, and gets a chance to head to the free throw line. And a chance to try and cut into this 6-point deficit. First one knocks around on the iron before falling through. Second free throw coming up here for Micah with 3:32 to go in the fourth quarter. Hits them both. First perfect trip to the line for Micah here tonight. He had been 1 for 2 on his previous 2 trips. First points of the second half for him as well. He's into double figures. No, excuse me, he's got 8. Pass tipped out of bounds by Julian Lopez. North Eugene keeps the possession. Coming up at our next dead ball, we'll get you a chance for a legal ID back in the studio. On the far side of the floor, McKinnis gets it to Banry. He runs the point, dribbles left side, right side, explodes, gets right to the rim, but it falls off and Luther's there for the board. Friedenberg brings it up across the timeline to the left side with the left-hand dribble. Hands it off to Bentia. He'll attack to the free throw line. Gives it to Lopez. Things opened up. He makes the extra pass to Luther. He gets right in underneath. High off the glass. And Caden Luther has 10 points in the ballgame. Makes it a 2-point contest. 46-44. Under 3 minutes to play. Roseburg trying to trap in the half court. Luther came out to help. Gould gets it left side. They pass out to the right side. A 3-4. Moheden is off the mark. It looked like it was a little off from the get-go. Friedenberg with the board, push it up the floor and trying to step around the defender. Julian Lopez called for the travel. Substitutions coming up here. Back into the game comes Jonas Spencer with his 4 fouls. Heading to the bench is Kamani Winger. So Spencer with his 4 fouls, 1 away from fouling out, but they want him out there for the final 2.5 for as long as they can have him. Spencer, the 6'5" senior. He has 2 points in the ballgame. Roseburg trying to apply some pressure. Bounce between the legs of Mendoza. On the right side, Moheden. He couldn't quite get the handle he wanted as he tried to attack, and he travels and turns it back over to Roseburg. Both teams getting a little sloppy at times here in this second half. Friedenberg brings it up, bounces it away to Bentia, who will set up between the circles. Dribbles left side. Out to the top. Lopez drives in, back out to Friedenberg. 20 seconds on the shot clock as we count down to 2 minutes to play. Friedenberg draws it out, bounce it away left side to Mendoza. He'll dribble into the corner, looking underneath for Bentia. They try to close on him. He'll pull up for the jumper. Too strong. And with it is North Eugene leading by 2. 1:50 to play in the contest. Moheden gets it right side, pass it back away to the left side for McInnes. He'll try to attack with the left hand, but he dribbles once and gives it away to Banry. Banry dribble to the center, back to the left. Moheden running around, finally gets it from him. Pass it away left side. McInnes at the wing, down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Driving right side, and blocked at the rim, but Friedenberg whistled for the foul, and it'll be a 2-shot foul for Banry. So Asher Friedenberg will get whistled for that one. I have it down as his first, and that's what the scoreboard says as well. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on The Score. Joey Banry hits the first of 2 free throws here. He is 3 for 3 at the line. Makes it a 3-point game. Second attempt is good as well. Hits them both. Timeout taken by Roseburg. Both teams will have 2 timeouts still left to go here in tonight's contest. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back with the conclusion to tonight's game here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, I've had this game tonight described to me as a very suspenseful one, and that is a good way to put it here tonight from Roseburg High School, as the Indians and the Highlanders have been in a tight battle pretty much all the way through. Largest lead for North Eugene has been 6. It's been a 9-point lead for Roseburg. Right now it is a 4-point advantage for the visiting North Eugene Highlanders, who look to go to 3-1 on the year. Roseburg trying to go to 2-0. Out of the timeout, Roseburg with the basketball. Friedenberg will bring it up. Indians trail by 4 with 1:18 to play. Luther will get it. One-hand push pass to the far side for Bentia at the wing. Out to the top. Lopez tries to attack left side. Draws out the defense a bit. They'll reset. Bentia gets it straight away. Into the corner for Friedenberg. Down to 12 seconds on the shot clock. And a whistle has been. Friedenberg drives to the middle. The defense collapsed on him. Had 3 players around him. And somebody called for reaching in and hitting the arm. 59 seconds to go here. This one winding out quick. 35-second fresh shot clock. Bentia drives in. Won't get the whistle. His shot was off. It's a 48-44 score. Roseburg trying to foul, and now a late whistle there for Asher Vredenberg. He'll foul. That's his second. And they're not into the bonus just yet, so Roseburg will need to commit one more to try and slow this game down with free throws. For Roseburg, starting 5 on the floor. For North Eugene, it's pretty much that. Caden Gould, the lone non-starter. A foul committed against Elias McInnes. He's not the guy you want to have the ball in his hands. He's a good foul shooter, and he's going to go to the line here to try and stretch a 4-point lead. Oh, wait, sorry, not yet. Should be in the bonus now, though. Or not. Now they'll foul Moheden, and now it's into the bonus. So that is Asher Vredenberg. He'll pick up his third. First free throw for India Moheden is good. He's 2 for 2 at the line, makes it a 5-point ball game. Caden Luther might have fouled out of the game. No, I didn't have him with any. He checks out here. They might go with 3-point shooters as Moheden hits them both. It's a 5-point game. A 3 from Bentia keeps this one alive. Owen hits his second. And it's a 3-point ball game, 50-47. Timeout taken by Roseburg. They'll have one more remaining. And they've gotten themselves into the bonus so they can stop the clock to try and conserve it. There is 34.6 seconds left on the game clock. Owen Bentia with his 3-point shot has made it a 3-point ball game with 34.6 to go. 50-47 is the score. Roseburg would love to get it into the hands of maybe Caden Gould, 50% free throw shooter. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Everybody else. Gould missed 2 here in the fourth quarter. And those were the first misses at the free throw line for North Eugene here tonight. Meanwhile, Roseburg was 4 of 8 in the first half. They've tried just 2 free throws here in the second half. Micah Mendoza made them both. North Eugene basketball leading by 3, 34.6 seconds to go. Bannery with it. They're going to try to trap him in the corner, and they did, but he'll call the timeout. North Eugene will have one more timeout to go as they use up that timeout with the shot clock here. That is obviously something that Roseburg could, well, actually, you can't try and use up the shot clock because there's pretty much 0.1 of a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So Roseburg's going to have to either try for the steal right away, and if they don't get it, foul as quickly as possible out of this timeout. North Eugene and Roseburg both scheming up the play they want. Both teams with one timeout left to go in this one. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And don't forget to stay tuned in the postgame show. We'll name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. We'll also award the Colorcraft in the Paint rebound leader. Colorcraft, they're a paint store, not a paint department. Roseburg will have Bentia, Lopez, Luther, Vredenberg, and Mendoza on the floor. Gould, Banry, Moheden, McInnes, and Spencer on the floor for North Eugene. Full length of the floor to go. Gould looking. That ball, they're going to call a foul on Mendoza as he went diving into the bench trying to knock that ball away. But I think they call him for the foul. They called him for a hold before as the inbound pass was happening, as he tried to lean out there to knock it away. 2 free throws here for Joey Banry, who is 4 for 4 at the free throw line. Shot clock, game clock are almost identical. Banry hits the first, makes it a 4-point game. Roseburg might get to a little too late. Vincent Ash into the game for the three-point shooting possibility. Both free throws good for Banry. It's a 5-point game. Mendoza brings it up the floor. Crossover, kick. Lopez, a corner three. Off the iron, tip out. Roseburg basketball. Knocked out by North Eugene. 23.4 seconds to go. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. They'll use their final one here. Quite the game we're having here tonight. A heated exchange between North Eugene and Roseburg. North Eugene is a 5A school, Class 5A matchup out of the Midwestern League, playing a lot of those Eugene Springfield area teams. But I got a feeling after their run to a consolation championship, a 4th place finish at state last year, and some transfers in, this is going to be a tough team in the 5A classification. And really, if you look at basketball through the years, 5A versus 6A, it's not necessarily a huge difference. Top teams at 5A could play very well at the 6A level as well. And so I'd say hanging in there, playing tight with North Eugene. Win or lose tonight for Roseburg. It's a good showing against a good team. Things to clean up as always. It's a 5-point game out of the timeout by Roseburg. Humphreys calling for a foul but didn't get it. Friedenberg with it. Clock is winding down. They got to do something here quick. Mendoza gets right underneath. A wraparound two. North Eugene's okay with that. It's a 3-point game. Roseburg's got a steal or foul. Gould with it, and he will get fouled. Or is it Moheden? Gould got upended as they tried to crash in to commit the foul. That's Owen Bentia picking up his 4th. They're going to call it against Bentia fouling Moheden. So India Moheden will head to the free throw line where he is 3 for 3 tonight. Free throws could very well be the difference in this one here this evening. Roseburg is 6 for 10 at the free throw line here tonight. First free throw for Moheden goes through. Meanwhile, let's see here. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 14 for 16 tonight for North Eugene. They roll the ball in. Mendoza has it. 4 seconds. He'll launch a deep three. It's off. And your final score is going to be 54-49. North Eugene will win and hand Roseburg its first loss of the season. North Eugene will go to 3-1 on the year as they outscore Roseburg 19-11 in the 4th quarter. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will wrap up tonight's ball game with the postgame show. Don't go anywhere. Back after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Roseburg High School for the postgame show, the Roseburg Indians fall for the first time this season. Final score 54-49. North Eugene comes away with the victory. The Highlanders will go to 3-1 on the year, and Roseburg will go to 1-1 on the season. Joey Keyran here with you. Thanks everybody for joining us. Stick around. We've got your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game and the Colorcraft in the Paint rebound leader for you tonight. Don't forget tonight's broadcast. The video stream has been brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in and joined us there. All right, let's look at it here. It was a 14-13 score at the end of the first quarter in favor of North Eugene. The Highlanders played pretty well early on and held the lead. Then it was a 13-5 advantage in the second quarter, where North Eugene would trail by 7 going into the halftime break. Roseburg would get it up to a 9-point lead in the third quarter early going, but North Eugene would actually outscore Roseburg 16-12 in the third, and they would put a little bit more distance between them in the fourth quarter as they outscore Roseburg 19-11, pulling out the 54-49 victory. Joining us here in the postgame show tonight is Coach Jordan Humphreys for the Roseburg Indians. Coach, you guys just didn't have the close that you had in the season opener in the first one. What did you think of North Eugene and the competition you guys faced here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They're physical, they're tall, and they got good guards. They got good guard play, and they got some guys that can shoot it, as you could see in the second half. First half, they were a little cold, and, I would say our bounce back from Friday would be that we started the game a lot better, working on that and got that down, so we had a good start tonight, and obviously kind of pushed the lead up early and didn't have to fight back, which is nice to play with a little bit of lead. But obviously there in the third quarter, we didn't quite have that firepower to start the second half. So we talk about getting to 1-0 and getting better every day, and we definitely did that for the first half compared to Friday night, and then had a little bit of a second half letdown.
What do you feel like was the biggest kind of in your mind difference between that tail end of the first half, where you guys are able to pull out and get it out to as much as a 9-point lead early in the third quarter, to kind of where things turned around and North Eugene's able to make the comeback? What was kind of the biggest differences between those kind of two sections of the game in your mind?
Man, in the moment, I don't know that I could say right now. It definitely started slipping a little bit. I probably should have called timeout a little bit earlier. It's debatable philosophy of whether to let them ride it out and kind of learn to ride through it. And this one, it obviously didn't work out that way. I should have got one sooner. But I still think some valuable lessons learned. Yeah. They made some adjustments defensively, and we weren't able to capitalize much on, I don't know what we had offensively in the second half, but it wasn't pretty.
I had you down for 23 in the second half.
So about the same both halves, right?
Yeah, close. Yeah, 26-23. Valuable lessons, and I mean, it's early in the season, only game 2 for you guys, so still a long way to go on this season. And to have a close game like that, to work on some of the end-of-game situations where you guys are trying to give yourself an opportunity to make those buckets. You've got the fouls to try and conserve the clock. I mean, those are situations that are important to learn now, so that when you get to big games later on in the season, these guys hopefully feel comfortable in those moments. I'd feel like at least going through that process, it didn't work out the way you guys wanted, but that's at least a valuable experience there in that one.
shot clock's definitely not going to be an issue for us, right? We see that, but we felt like we were going way too fast in the first half and not getting great possessions. And so then we talked about at halftime, being a little bit more patient on offense and working it through. And sure enough, we come out and get our first 35-second shot clock violation. And looking back, as a coach, I wish I would have said, hey, no, we're going to, we talked about being aggressive. And then we went out and we said, hey, let's be patient on this possession. And I wish we would have drawn something up to get Micah going or get Asher going or get Owen going and then be able to keep rolling with that lead that we had and change the momentum that way.
Tonight, you mentioned Owen, Mendoza, Vredenberg, those guys, you kind of know what you're getting and expecting out of those guys. But tonight, Caden Luther played a really big role. 10 points for him. I had him down with a pretty good night, cleaning up things on the glass. Unofficially down for 6 rebounds here tonight. I thought he was a nice surprise and a nice addition out of that starting 5 to kind of help deepen things for what you guys can offer.
Yeah, he had, he cleaned up some boards, got some putbacks, had a couple post moves, and did his job. He understood his role and did what he was supposed to do, and that's all we can ask of him, right? We just got to get everybody else to buy into their roles and get that figured out. We're still obviously looking at some personnel issues and trying to get the guys to play well together, some miscommunications in sometimes, and I think some of that kind of led to that stretch when they were coming back and not having that leadership that we've had in the past, and somebody to kind of take control and get us calmed down like we've had in the past.
Well, tonight, Roseburg falls 54-49. Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here. Team will, you guys have a little bit of time now before your next game, so practice time. I know coaches love that. We'll see how much the players are anxious to get back on the floor coming up next Tuesday. So.
We actually, tomorrow I don't think we do because wrestling's tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah?
So if you want somebody to support, come out, support wrestling tomorrow night and see what we got. We got some pretty good wrestlers looking forward to this year that are competing at a high level.
Yeah, wrestling tomorrow night. I think they might have Crater.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, come on, Jordan.
So,
you brought it up.
I know
it up.
The
Come on,
I know the wrestling. I don't know who they're playing.
He just knows the gym is occupied. He can't get shots up coming up tomorrow night. But
thanks,
definitely, yeah, thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time. Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the post-game show. Appreciate that and his comments as to tonight's matchup. Taking a final look here at the numbers real quick. We'll get you our player or our end of the game awards. For North Eugene, leading scorer for the Highlanders, 16 points for Joey Bannery, 8 points in the fourth quarter as he helped the Highlanders stay in front. India Mohedin has 15 to finish it out. Free throws definitely came up big. Then you had 8 points for Caden Gould, 11 points for Elias McInnes, 2 points for Jonas Spencer, 2 for Kamani Winger, and that is all the scoring tonight for North Eugene. On the other side, for Roseburg, 10 points for Micah Mendoza, 10 points for Owen Bentia, 10 points for Caden Luther. As that trio, all in double figures. 9 points on the night for Julian Lopez, who had a career high here this evening. 6 points for Asher Vredenberg, 2 points for Spencer Bingham, and Vincent Ash with 2 points. And that is the scoring here tonight for Roseburg. It's time now for our post-game awards. The Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game award tonight is going to go to Caden Luther, providing some big minutes and some big offense for Roseburg out of their post players. They don't really have a ton of guys that will bang down low, but Caden with his big body able to do some tonight. And he cleaned up the glass, did a nice job down low for Roseburg. Finishes with 10, a career high for him. He is your player of the game tonight. And he's also our rebound leader here tonight. Your in the paint rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft, is Caden Luther. Also going to be receiving a $10 gift card to use at Java Run thanks to Colorcraft. So that is a round out of tonight's post-game awards. We want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Our next broadcast is going to be Friday when the Roseburg girls are back here at home to take on the Central Catholic Rams. We'll have coverage starting at 6:30. Want to say thanks to the North Eugene Highlanders for a competitive game here tonight. Back in the studio, big thanks to Braden Studebaker for the radio production this evening. A thanks to Angela Keyran for help with the video production tonight. Big thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue and Head Coach Jordan Humphreys for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg boys basketball here on The Score. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. We'll talk to you on Friday night when the Roseburg girls welcome in Central Catholic. The tip-off is 6:45. Pregame coverage will start at 6:30. Catch the live video stream online at 541radio.com or right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.